Jensen Huang just handed Elon Musk's ecosystem a public endorsement that's rippling across X, and two other stories are reshaping how builders should think about AGI hype and prompt chasing today. Let's get into all three. First, Jensen Huang and the trillion-dollar robot bet. According to X Freeze, NVIDIA's CEO called Grok Tesla's self-driving software, and the Optimus humanoid robot revolutionary and world-class, and said humanoid robotics could become a multi-trillion-dollar industry that's arriving sooner than people expect. The post drew roughly 3,450 likes and reached 3.4 million views on X, a signal that the market is paying close attention to how NVIDIA and XAI are positioning around silicon and robotics together. Here's the concept worth understanding. This isn't just a compliment, it's a compute alliance. NVIDIA's business depends on which labs and hardware partners buy the most chips and build the deepest integration with its stack. When the CEO singles out Grok, FSD, and Optimus by name, that points to deepening ties between NVIDIA's chip roadmap and Musk's autonomy and robotics roadmap. So what does this mean for EU builders? If NVIDIA's next-generation compute allocation and roadmap priorities lean toward XAI's stack, that's worth tracking for any EU robotics, autonomy, or edge AI team relying on NVIDIA hardware. Preferential access or roadmap alignment with one US lab can create supply and pricing asymmetries that European teams don't control. It's a reminder that sovereignty isn't only about which model you use, it's also about whose hardware roadmap your product quietly depends on. Second story, Sam Altman's genie. Per Polymarket, OpenAI's CEO said humanity is close to creating what he called a genie that can grant any wish, while also stressing the need for safe alignment. The quote drew about 3,280 likes and 335,000 views. The concept here is a reframing exercise. Calling AGI a genie shifts the conversation away from benchmark scores and capability demos and toward a much older problem: how do you make sure a powerful system does what you actually intended, not just what you literally asked for? That's the alignment problem, dressed in a more evocative metaphor. Why this matters for builders. This is a quote, not a product release, and not a technical disclosure. Reported statements like this should be treated as reported, not confirmed capability claims. Nothing here should change your roadmap or your compute budget today. The useful takeaway is narrower. It tells you what OpenAI's leadership wants the public conversation to be about right now, which is control and intent matching, not raw capability. That's worth watching for how it shapes upcoming safety and regulatory narratives that EU teams will eventually have to respond to. Third, and this one's a caution more than a case study. According to Aforo Ted Cruz 1072676, a viral thread claimed that a set of free Claude prompts can help someone build and monetize a full YouTube channel in about 90 days, plus design high-end logos at zero cost. The post pulled in roughly 6,400 likes and 1.65 million views, the highest engagement of anything we found today. The concept is what we call prompt as product. These threads package generic prompt templates as a shortcut to an entire business model. The engagement is real. The demonstrated business outcome is not. There's no evidence in the data of an actual channel built and monetized this way, just the promise of one. Here's the sovereignty angle for EU builders and creators. If your entire workflow, scripting, thumbnails, monetization strategy gets built exclusively around one US lab's API and prompt conventions, you've quietly taken on vendor lock-in. Prompts written against one model's quirks don't always transfer cleanly to another provider, and pricing, access, or policy changes on that one API become existential risks to your business. EU teams evaluating this kind of workflow should ask a simple question before adopting it. Wholesale, is this prompt logic portable to an EU-hosted or open-weight alternative? Or have we just outsourced our entire creative pipeline to one vendor's decisions? So, pulling it together. Jensen Huang's endorsement of Musk's ecosystem is a hardware roadmap signal worth tracking, not a rivalry story. Sam Altman's genie quote is a framing exercise for the public conversation on AGI safety, not a capability announcement. And the Claude YouTube-monetization thread is high engagement, low verified outcome, a reminder that virality and vendor lock-in often travel together. If you build in Europe, the common thread across all three is dependency. Whether it's NVIDIA's chip roadmap, OpenAI's safety narrative, or a single API's prompt conventions, the question worth asking every time is the same. What happens to my product if this one vendor changes course? That's the sovereignty lens Etherlink applies every day, and it's why we track these stories the way we do. That's today's briefing. Sources are linked in the description. X Freeze, Polymarket, and a Ted Cruz 1072676. If this was useful, Subscribe for daily grounded AI briefings and check the description for our free weekly AI signal email and a sovereign AI consult if your team is building on any of this stack. See you tomorrow.